What's up guys, we have got ourselves the Destiny 2 The Witch Queen Collector's Edition, and straight up I have to admit the box looks fantastic. Honestly, it is a super solid material. It has a nice glossy finish, you can see it literally as the light shines on it. It is just fantastic. I love every little detail on the box itself. Then we're going to open it up in a second, which is pretty nice. It opens up like a drawer and then just slides open with some beautiful artwork in. I'll actually show you that a little bit later on. The very first item we find, however, is obviously usually a letter from Ikora or another character, dedicated to the Guardian. In this case, it was actually dedicated from Ikora to the Guardian. Fairly simple stuff, basic, comes in every collector's edition. Then next we have a really nice poster as well. The posters for Destiny Collector's Editions are always a really great material. They don't feel cheap, but here you can see different pieces of the glaive and how it was actually put together. If you don't know, the glaive is a new weapon coming in the Witch Queen, and you can also get an exotic version for your class later on. And then we have like a little red card, which is actually used to scan and find codes in some of the paperwork and documents that you actually get with the Collector's Edition. Also like a weird sticker, but it looks cool as hell. I love the holographic effect on it. Then we actually have a card, which is very important later on. As you can see, there's the back part. You can scan that with the red piece of plastic to actually try and see through it to find the code. As you can see, it actually slots into the red piece of plastic as well, but you do want to take it out and find out where there's some other red codes hidden. There's one on the poster. I haven't found out whether if there's any in the book yet. I've just been having a ton of fun with the Psychometer, which we're going to talk about in a second. So straight up after the cards, we have the actual guidebook. Now this has a collection of all sorts of lore in it for all sorts of players. Literally there are notes from Ikora, from Eris Morn, and so many different notes about Seraphine the Witch Queen. It's just a fantastic lore piece to have. Honestly guys, I can't wait to read through this and actually find out a bit more. That again is another important piece of this collector's edition. Now including this postcard as well, which is holographic. As you can see when you move it, it obviously changes the picture slightly. That is also another important item. Then, of course, the big boy of this is the Ghost. Now, I actually say it's the big boy. This is one that most people are excited for, but it's actually one part of the bigger set here. Now, the Ghost is absolutely beautiful, I think. I think it's a solid material they've made it out of. It doesn't feel cheap, but it also feels cool to hold, which obviously you don't want to do. You want to put it on display on one of the stands it comes with, but it just feels beautiful. And then you'll see it later on in the video as well. It's fantastic. Then after that, we have the Psychometer. Now, this thing is cool, right? This thing's got different knobs. It's powered by USB, so you plug it into anywhere that you have a USB plug. But then you slowly put items like the Ghost, the book, the red card, the poster, and I'm trying to think what else now. Because yeah, I think it was just them. But you put them on the actual Psychometer, and then you slowly tune into the signal depending on the item you've actually got on there. And then once you do that, it unlocks a memory, which can either be a tune or music, or it can be Ikora saying a phrase or talking about the Witch Queen and, the upcoming expansion. It's very cool, and obviously you get a few attachments for it as well, like the metal fork prong, the stand for the actual Ghost as well, if you want to put that on display on the side of the Psychometer, and of course everything else that you need, like the cable, for example. You do get a cable, you don't have to go out and buy one. I'm so fed up of buying phones nowadays and having to go and buy a fucking charger because they don't put it in. So it's nice that Bungie at least includes a USB cable for us. So that's top notch. And as you can see, there's the artwork. It looks fantastic. 3 Guardians going to find Seraphine, which is in the ground. I love that artwork, honestly. I think it's beautiful. Now what I'm going to do quickly, guys, is actually just play the different sounds that come from the Psychometer for you in a separate video clip. Again, if the audio is too bad, I apologize. I did record on my phone. But either way, you can actually see what happens when you put the different items on the Psychometer.
Remember the first calling. Find thyself. Know thyself. Destroy thyself. Shed thyself. Embrace the new skin. Become the many. The warlocks say, ask strange questions. They say our questions shape the reality that answers them. What questions has she asked?